everyone, welcome to this BuyBotPro video today on the Amazon Best Sellers Rank, or abbreviated to BSR, which you are probably familiar with. So I just wanted to go through what the Best Sellers Rank is and how BuyBotPro can help you analyse the Best Sellers Rank in terms of whether a product is going to be a good deal for you to purchase and then resell on Amazon or not. So first of all, I've just come to this article actually that we've got on our BuyBotPro website. So if you're interested in finding articles, just scroll to the bottom of the BuyBotPro, click on articles, and then you'll see the full range there. But just very, very quickly, I just want to draw your attention to this, that the Amazon's bestsellers rank is an indication of how well a product is selling compared to other products in the same category. So it's not really a complex algorithm like, for example, the buy box, which has varying factors that go into it. It quite simply is just how well a product is selling against other products in that category, and it's also updated hourly by Amazon. So every single product on Amazon that has made at least one sale will be given a BSR number, and that BSR number can be found if we scroll down on the product page that we're looking at. The best sellers rank can be found here. So for example, for this George Foreman's grill, it ranks as 27 in home and kitchen and also number 1 in electrical grills. So that just shows us that this product is sitting in 2 categories and has quite a low BSR rank. So the lower the best sellers rank, the faster the product is selling. Now that can be a bit difficult to get your head around at first because it's all about how low the number is, not how high the number is, and that equals a fast selling product or not. Some people feel quite confused as to what a good best sellers rank is. So for example, this is number 27 in its category for ranking. So what does that actually mean in terms of, say, a percentage? Well, if you use BuyBotPro, you can see that the best sellers rank here is at 27 and the percentage is already worked out for you. So we've got this BSR predictor, and that's going to help predict the future BSR percentage, and you've got the current BSR percentage there, which is saying that this product is in the top 1% of its category, and it's also, as we can see here, a number 1 bestseller. So you might look at that and think, okay, well, if this product has a BSR of 27, does that mean a product of, say, 10,000 or 20,000 is going to be a really slow seller? And that's where the confusion can come into it, because each category is different and it all depends on how many products are actually listed in that category. Let's just take a really extreme example. Let's say that a category has 4 million products, okay, and let's work out what the top 1% would be. So 40,000. That's suggesting that in a category of 4 million products, if the product was ranked at 40,000, that would be in the top 1% of its category. So that means that that product at 40,000 would be selling very well. And you can apply that to all sorts of different scenarios. Some Amazon sellers think that a bestsellers rank of, say, 300,000 might be a bit slower than they would like and probably wouldn't be in the top 1%, but actually looking at the other data provided, it could still be a fast seller. And that's where BuyBotPro really comes into it, because this is just a great indicator of where the product is sitting, but you can use BuyBotPro in so much more depth to try to help you analyse exactly how well that product is going to sell and whether it's worth your time and investment. So if we scroll down as an example, here we've got a BuyBotPro confidence score of 67.65%, which looks quite good. But this is what I really want to draw your attention to, is the BuyBotPro sales history chart. Now, you can see the BSR here represented by the green line, and every single drop on the green line represents at least one sale has been made. So remember what I was saying about the lower the BSR, the faster the product is selling. Well, as we can see here, the BSR at this sort of section, early to mid-January, is very low to the graph. So that's telling us that this is really fast. And I have to say, even up here in its sort of peak and up here where the product was a higher BSR, so perhaps selling slightly less, it's still a fast seller. These are all very low BSR numbers here. And so just from that chart, we can pretty safely say that this is a fast selling product, and also again highlighted by this #1 bestseller badge. Now, interestingly, just taking that point one step further with the bestsellers, if you go along the top here and actually click on bestsellers, you get to see which products are selling the best in each category. Now, you might think, well, this is just purely for a customer's benefit and point of view. Well, actually, it's not, and it can be used for sellers as well. So if we scroll down, let's pick beauty. Okay. So this page shows us the current best sellers in beauty at the time of recording. And it goes, so this is #1 seller, #2, #3 best selling. So what's interesting to note here, what can we draw from this as a seller? So in beauty, this Garnier black hair dye is the #1 best seller, and closely followed by the #2 best seller in the category is an eyebrow dye kit. Now this, depending on when you're watching this video, it might not sound obvious, but let me just give you some background. So at the time of recording, we are in another national lockdown as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, which means that hairdressers and beauty salons are not open and they're closed for business. So that perhaps gives us an indication why the hair dye and eyebrow dye are top sellers, because people are looking for these home remedies that they can do by themselves. So that's really quite interesting. And when we come out of lockdown, it'll be interesting to see what the best sellers are replaced by, because it probably won't be the hair dye and the eyebrow dye. It might be completely different products. So in terms of, from a seller's point of view, we can use the best sellers page to, one, gain inspiration for products that we might want to try and sell. It can also be interesting. For example, if you're a private label seller, you can use the bestsellers page to kind of spy on your competitors. So if a competitor is selling a similar product to you and you see them on the bestsellers page, it can encourage you to go and have a look at their product listing and just see what they're doing. And if they're high up in the bestsellers page, you might want to think about your advertising campaign and if there's anything else that you can do to try to better their offer and try and get you onto the bestsellers page instead. Of course, that comes down to keyword research and all the rest, but you can use it as this kind of like spying system. And also for Amazon sellers, you can use the bestsellers pages as kind of an indication of what seasonal products are selling well. So for example, in the run up to Valentine's Day, you'll probably see a lot of Valentine's type gifts come up as the bestsellers page. Depending on how organized and sort of in depth you want to go as an Amazon seller, you could note down the best selling products for the following year. And you can always click on to the bestsellers. For example, like this, we can click on, and if you're using BuyBotPro, you can scroll down and you will automatically see this BuyBotPro chart, which is just loading up here. And from there, you can then go on to analyze the product and see whether it's something that you'd be interested in purchasing and selling, assuming you're eligible to sell the product and there isn't any IP radar issues there. So we just head back to the George Foreman grill, which is where we started. Like I said, again, you can see a lot from this graph. You can see that the bestsellers rank is low, it's a fast seller. And so if you are eligible to sell the product, and if there were no IP radar issues that BuyBotPro will make you aware of, then you might think this is a pretty good product to go ahead and purchase and see how it's selling. Remember that BuyBotPro also gives you a estimated sales calculator here, which is really, really useful in trying to predict the sort of sales that you're going to get on average per month. So the left box here shows you the previous 90-day average sales, and the middle box is the monthly average sales, so you can have a look there and check the months. And the right hand box is the next predicted 90-day average sales. So that can be really useful in support of the BSR ranking as well. So if the product has a low BSR, it's selling well. If the BuyBotPro chart is showing the consistent sales due to these drops and the green line sitting relatively near to the bottom of the graph, then that's great. And in addition to the estimated sales calculator, you can probably say that the product is a fast seller, it's also a best seller, which we know, and if you were eligible to sell it, it's probably a good one for you to purchase. So hopefully that's been a useful video. Just remember, bestsellers rank is purely an indication of how well a product is selling compared to other products in the same category, and it's updated every hour by Amazon. So do keep an eye on bestsellers ranks. Use the bestsellers page as well if you are interested in checking out seasonal trends, or you just want to see what's hot and what's not, and hopefully that can help inform your buying decisions for future purchases.